Chapter 1: The Nile and Sacred Geography. One landscape gives birth to architecture. To understand the architecture of ancient Egypt, we must take a step back. Before temples, before pyramids, before columns and stone, there is one essential element without which nothing could have existed: the Nile. If we imagine Egypt from above, contrast is striking. To the east and west, vast deserts. To the north, the sea, a territory that by climate alone would seem hostile to life. And yet, cutting through this arid land like a green artery flows a river. A river that does not simply bring water, it brings order. The Nile was not just a natural resource, it was a system, a rhythm, a calendar. Every year, with remarkable regularity, the river overflowed its banks. When the waters receded, they left behind a layer of fertile silt, a rich mixture of sand and clay that made agriculture possible. This natural cycle ensured food security, social stability, and population growth. But more than that, it shaped a deep and enduring belief: the world is governed by a higher order. And this belief lies at the very foundation of Egyptian architecture. Unlike many other ancient civilizations which lived in constant tension with nature, the Egyptians experienced nature as predictable and reliable. The Nile taught them that after flooding comes fertility, after chaos comes balance, after death comes renewal. This principle is known as Ma'at, the concept of cosmic order, harmony, and balance. Architecture in ancient Egypt emerges as a way to materialize Ma'at, to make order visible, to stabilize the world through construction. Building was not an action of improvisation, it was an act of affirmation. Think of how modern architecture in earthquake-prone areas is designed to resist instability and protect life. In a similar way, Egyptian architecture was designed to protect cosmic balance, not just people. Egyptian civilization develops along a single continuous axis, the Nile. This linear geography profoundly influences urban development, the orientation of buildings, ceremonial routes, and the very idea of architectural procession. Many sacred structures are aligned with the river course, the movement of the sun, and specific astronomical events. Architecture does not dominate the landscape, it responds to it. Just as contemporary architects orient buildings to maximize natural light or solar gain, Egyptian architectures aligned temples to work with light, shadow, and cosmic symbolism. Egypt's climate is hot, dry, and nearly rainless. This single fact shapes almost every architectural decision. From the earliest dwelling, we find flat roofs, small high windows, inward-facing layouts, internal courtyards. These are not aesthetic choices, they are environmental solutions. Courtyards function as natural ventilation systems. Thick walls regulate temperature. Shaded spaces protect daily life from the sun. If you have ever been inside a traditional Mediterranean or Middle Eastern house with a central courtyard, you have experienced the same logic: cool, calm, and protected. Beyond agriculture, the Nile serves as Egypt's primary transportation and communication network. Through river navigation, Egypt imports precious woods, rare stones, materials unavailable locally. This allows architecture and interiors to become increasingly refined. The availability of imported materials introduces aesthetic hierarchy, symbolic distinction, architecture specialization. Just as today we distinguish between everyday buildings and representative architecture through materials and finishes, ancient Egyptians used material choices to communicate importance and meaning. Before temples and pyramids, ancient Egypt establishes a relationship with the land. The Nile teaches regularity, continuity, and balance, and architecture becomes the physical expression of these lessons. In the next chapter, we will see how this worldview is translated into materials, construction techniques, and technological intelligence, the foundations of Egyptian building culture. Because in ancient Egypt, even the landscape was part of the design.